Welcome to 13.2. Here's your problem of the day. You're going to split your problem down the middle, and then we're practicing distributing again. So you're going to distribute that -2 to both terms on the inside, and that means you are multiplying. So we're going to multiply -2 times w, and you get -2w. -2 times 6 gets you 12, but a positive times a negative gets you a -12 equals 12. Okay, now we're going to get rid of the constant near the variable. So I'm going to get rid of the -12. So I'm going to add 12 to both sides. That makes a 0 pair. Add 12. I now have -2w equals 12 plus 12 is 24. Divide by -2. Divide by -2. -2 divided by -2 is gone. It's just 1. Left with w equals 24 divided by 2 is 12, and a positive divided by a negative is a negative. Final answer. Pause right here and finish this one on your own on Nearpod, please. Okay, welcome back. Well, let's see if you got yours correct. We are going to distribute that -3 to both terms on the inside. -3 times y is -3y. -3 times 5 gets us -15, and then we are left with 15 on that side. Now we're going to get rid of the constant near the variable. We're going to add 15 to both sides. These go away. They make a 0 pair. I'm left with -3y equals 15 plus 15 gets me 30. I'm going to divide by -3 on both sides because that gets rid of the -3 over here. I'm left with y equals 30 divided by -3. 30 divided by 3 is 10. Positive divided by negative is a negative. So your answer should have gotten is -10. Okay, we are moving on to cones. We need to find the volume of a cone. So we're going to set up the formula. The formula is very close to last week's formula. It actually practically is. We got the volume is something times pi r squared times height, which is this is what you did last week. This is exactly the same as last week. So we're going to add one extra piece. I know it's some people's favorite. We're adding a fraction. It's a third of that. So basically, we are going to be figuring all this out, and then after we're just going to divide by 3. So maybe it would help you to rewrite it like this. Volume equals pi r squared times height divided by 3. We're just going to divide by 3 after. That's it. Some background knowledge on a cone. So if we were in class last year, we did an experiment on finding volume and using paper. And you know what's funny is so this, this last year or last week, this gave you the volume of a cylinder. But a cone is only 1/3 of the volume of it. Like it's it's less. A cone holds less than a cylinder. And some kid last year was like, wait a minute. So when we go to the ice cream store and we get our ice cream in a cone, we are getting less ice cream than if we got it in a cup. And we were like, I guess so. I personally always get my ice cream in a cup because I eat ice cream slow and so it always melts the cone. But a cone holds way less ice cream than a cylinder because it's 1/3 of the size. So let's figure these out. So we're going to set up the formula. So remember, we need the r radius is half of a circle. This is they give us in this one they give us the whole one. We don't want that. So I'm going to zoom in here. So let me rewrite volume equals 1/3 pi r squared times height. Okay, so let's fill these in. Volume equals 1/3 will stay the same. Pi is 3.14. And radius. So the radius, remember, it's not, this is where it's supposed to be, but they gave us the entire thing. We need half of this. So I need half of 11. That is not what I want. I want this. So 11 divided by 2 gets us 5.5. So we need 5. Oops. We need 5.5 squared, and the height is 18. So we're also going to multiply times 18. So these are all getting multiplied together. Remember, when you multiply a fraction to something, we're really dividing. So remember, we're just going to save that for the end. We're going to divide that everything by 3. Okay. So let's shove all of this in the calculator like we did last week. So I'm going to get the calculator. We're going to do 3.14. Oops. 3.14 times 5. Actually, remember, Ms. Abbott almost forgot what we did. I wanted you to solve this first. Remember, so 1/3 times 3.14, and let's get 5.5 squared. That way we can show it on the calculator and make sure it's not messed up. Oops. 5.5 squared. 30.25. So now we got 30.25 times 18. Remember, when you just have a bunch of parentheses, these are all multiplying. So now let's deal with this. So we're going to put all of that in the calculator. So I'm going to leave this 30.25 in here. I'm going to multiply it by 3.14 and multiply that by 18. Okay. Now, my recommendation is we can leave this in the calculator. We can round it, so we could just leave it. So let's divide this whole thing by 3. Divide by 3 equals, this is our new number. So the volume equals 1,789 point what? 0.5. And that's it. So it's literally the same thing as last week, except for at the end you need to divide by 3. That is all. This is it for now. Please, you can move on to Nearpod. I'll be doing some of these. These are some of your ones that are on Nearpod that I will continue to do some examples of. All right, so we need volume equals 1/3. So we're just going to divide by 3 after, times 3.14, because that's pi, times the radius. So maybe we could just write in the numbers now. Do they give us the radius or diameter? They give us the radius because it's half the circle. So that's what we want. So we want 5 squared, and we're multiplying that times the height, which is 8. And 5 times 5 gets us 25. Now let's shove all of these in the calculator. 3.14 times 25 times 8 equals 628. So let's read it one more time if you want. Volume equals 1/3 of 628. And now all we have to do is divide that by 3. Divide 3 equals 209.33. So volume equals 209.3. Done. All right, hopefully this is making sense. I'm going to fit one more in here. Okay, so we got this guy. Let's do another diameter one. Okay, so I need volume equals 1/3 times pi, so 3.14. Oh my goodness. Times radius. Do I have a radius or diameter? I have a diameter, so I need to cut this in half. So half of 20 is 10. So we got 10 squared times the height is 19. And I know 10 times 10 is 100. So now let's shove these in the calculator. 3.14 times, 3.14 times 100 times 19. It was 5,966. And then don't forget we need to divide by 3. That's what that means. We're going to divide by 3. Gets us 1,988. 1,988 point what? 0.6 If you want to round up to 0.7, 0.6 or 7 will work. So that is our answer. And there you go. Let us know if you have any questions.